Alright, so we have a synopsis for Agatha All Along, and we also got a trailer, which I am going to attempt to show you. But before I do that, what else was I going to say about that? Yeah, I've been shying away from that because, number one, I shoot these on my phone. So I can't imagine the trailer's going to look good. Number two, I once tried to do this years ago, and Fox just copyright strike all my videos. So yeah, I've been shying away from that because apparently Fox at least used to think that people were too dumb to realize that you weren't the creator. But anyway, so I will attempt to do that. But let's just start with the actual synopsis. That is what I was going to say. Based on the trailer, Coven of Chaos should have been the title. You know how they went through a million, it seemed like every other week they had a different title. Now they're going with Agatha All Along. And now I'm wondering if Coven of Chaos wasn't actually going to be a better title. Which makes me wonder why Disney, why Marvel has been doing this lately. But anyway, to the synopsis. The infamous Agatha Harkness, is she infamous though? Finds herself down and out of power after a suspicious goth teen helps break her free from a distorted spell. Now, for those who did not or didn't even follow WandaVision, it ended with Wanda cursing or trapping Agatha in the persona of the nosy neighbor that she chose to keep an eye on Wanda with. Maybe which powers work differently in Marvel, but I would think after Wanda's death that she would have broken free of the spell herself, but anyway. And a suspicious goth teen helps break her free from a distorted spell. Billy Kaplan, anyone? We already know that Wiccan makes an appearance. Obviously, he's not Wiccan yet, but her interest is piqued when he begs her to take him on the legendary Witch's Road, a magical gauntlet of trials that, if survived, rewards a witch with what they're missing. So, now, this is a lot of comic book craziness, because for those who've watched WandaVision, or who are just familiar with the comics, know that Wanda created Billy and Tommy. And she lost them at the end of WandaVision, and that was actually the plot of Doctor Strange, for those who were completely and utterly confused as to where these kids came from and why Wanda was so obsessed with them. So obvious now, at least in the comics, and no, I didn't read this part. I wasn't reading comics at that time. But at some point, Billy and Tommy are, in the comics anyway, are reincarnated as Billy Kaplan and I think Tommy Shepard. And they only find out later on that Wanda is their spiritual mother. Anyway, it looks like that this version of Billy is very aware of Wanda being his mother. Now, whether it is because they grew up with a version of Wanda, or they just, basically got adopted out and just, it was like finding their birth mother after being adopted out. How they're going to explain that Billy knows this, I mean, for those who are familiar with Wiccan, know that his powers are very similar to Wanda's. So it's entirely possible that somehow, because of his powers, he's aware of Wanda being his mother. Who knows? But I'm assuming that that's why he wants to go down the witch's road. Okay, I'm trying to choke out my own saliva. So I'm assuming that that's the thing that he's missing is Wanda. And that is the point of going down the witch's road. Let's see. Together, Agatha and this mysterious teen pulled together a desperate coven and set off down the road. Anyway. So, and now I've got ease on down the road stuck in my head. Thank you for that synopsis. Anyway, so that's why I'm thinking this should have been called Coven of Cats. That they shouldn't have changed it to Agatha All Along. Because that's literally the plot of the show. Putting together a coven to a disparate coven to find Wanda. Now, I have questions. And once we get to the actual trailer, which I promise will come, you'll see why I have questions. Except for the fact that they moved their sitcom world to the 90s, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyway, the cast includes Aubrey Plaza as the witch Rio Vidal. I'm not sure, that name doesn't sound familiar, so I don't know if that's a character specific to the show. Joe Locke as Billy Kaplan, aka Wiccan. I'm very much looking forward to finally getting Wiccan. I really am. Because he's basically Wanda if Wanda were mentally stable. So, Patti LuPone as Lilia Calderu. Again, the name doesn't mean anything. A 450-year-old witch. Okay, that makes sense. Shashir Zamata as the sorceress Jennifer Kale. Okay. It also stars Ali On, Deborah Jo Rupp, and more. So Deborah Jo Rupp was in the original WandaVision. And she was one of those residents that was basically held hostage by Wanda as she's working through her issues with losing vision. So my question is, why is she in the show? Is this going to be just, she's just going to, because Agatha is still in that same town, which I'm blanking on the name of it. So is this just going to be her interaction with the residents of this town? Or does this have nothing to do with the town? And it's something else entirely. So, that is all I have on that. So let us go and let us show you the trailer. Okay.
Another beautiful day.
Surprised to see you out here, Detective. Jane Doe. Found her down here by the water.
Cause?
Blunt force trauma.
What happened to you? I have a lead in the case. But I can't shake this feeling I'm seeing it wrong.
Is this really how you see yourself?
That witch is gone.
Leaving you trapped in her distorted spell.
Claw your way out. I miss the glory days. She took every bit of power I had, but I can be that witch again. Well, the gang's all here. Let's hit the road. I'm gonna walk the witch's road. The road is a death wish. Join me. What witch in her right mind would join Agatha Harkness's coven? Not looking for right-minded witches, as it happens.
Sweetheart? You okay?
Oh my God! Whoa! What's she doing? Where's she going?
All right. So, considering that when we last saw Agatha, she was in the role of the ditzy, nosy neighbor, suddenly she's a police detective? Now, I'm not saying that, nosy people can't do that, but it's the entire vibe is completely different than the character she was in WandaVision. So it's entirely possible that because she's, not under the... she's still under Wanda's spell, but the hex is not quite the same because Wanda was into comedies and she's basically letting this... that she released the residents of this town. So it's just Agatha that's stuck in her role. So it's entirely possible that she just evolved. But it's just so jarring to see Agatha as not that role. So that's the first thing that got me that, what's happening? And then it said this goth teen is what got her out of the spell. Well, no, it was this other woman. Unless there's more than one goth teen and that Billy is just, I don't know, just happens to be friends with her or something. So, and then they go down the witch's road, which also, she's without her powers, and she said, I can be that witch again. So, Billy probably wants Wanda back, but Agatha obviously wants her powers back. So it might have started as Billy wanting to go down the witch's road to get Wanda back, but Agatha thought, I could get my powers back. So this could be a dual reason to want to go down the witch's road. And it gave the impression, this trailer gave the impression that Deborah Jo Rupp, who was just a prisoner and just a towns member in WandaVision, it seemed like she was an active part. Like she's going to be part of the coven. So either Agatha is recruiting new witches and going to teach them how to be witches, I don't know, or because Billy has the same powers as Wanda, which is reality manipulation. Maybe he's just manipulated things so they have powers. I don't know. But there are so many questions. And obviously this is going to start airing around Halloween. I don't know when the first episode airs, but it's going to be around Halloween. And so hopefully we'll get more trailers, get more information, find out what the heck is going on. Or at least to get a better idea of is this a dual plot that Agatha has a reason to go down the road and Billy does? Because the way the synopsis reads, it was Billy's idea, not hers. So, but like I said, he probably gives her the idea and she's like, yeah, that's actually a good idea. So, but I don't know how that works with, going down with a coven of witches. I was amused by the expression on Billy when, I think it's Lilia, who said, what witch in their right mind would follow Agatha Harkness anywhere? And he's like, ooh! So, yeah. Longtime viewers of this channel know I'm not a big comedy for comedy's sake person. I'm fine with comedy. This seems like it's more of a drama with comedy thrown in, which I'm fine with. I mean, situations can be funny. I'm fine with that. I just not a big fan of comedy for comedy's sake. Once upon a time I was, but not for a long time. Let's see if there's anything else about this trailer I wanted to respond to. I believe that is it. Wow, I didn't expect this video to go on so long. So, with that, I will see you guys in the next video.